Hello, and welcome to Movie Pod, the podcast about movies. I am your host, Brian Wishart, and this week I'm joined by my very good friend and former roommate, Alex, who also produces music as Laika Berdey.
Hi.
How are you doing, Alex?
Chirp, chirp. I'm good. How are you, Brian?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Let's take this opportunity to cheers our nice full glasses
Cheers.
of a very fine Chianti that you've picked up for us this week.
Yeah, so this is the first, Alex came all the way over to Movie Pod Studios. So
all the way from 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
It was an arduous trek.
Yeah. So this is, the guest in-person record. This is very exciting. So hopefully there's not many technical hiccups, but we will see.
We will see. There's going to be a lot of red wine hiccups.
Yes.
Looking forward to those.
So the movie we're covering this week is Moonstruck, which is a very Italian-American movie.
Hey!
So it's a lot of that. So drinking a nice glass of red wine that my friends Kevin and Rachel got me. A Chianti Classico from Villa Trasqua 2020.
Apparently this is a very good year for this wine. The best, in fact.
Yeah.
Cheers to Rachel and Kevin and to you.
Yeah. So I helped them shoot a music video. She produces music under Danusia's Fox, and she's a really cool music video. I'm hoping to get either of them onto the podcast at some point in time. They've been big supporters of the pod so far.
Nice. That's cool. I didn't know that Rachel was Danusia's Fox.
Yeah.
I know who Danusia's Fox is. I just didn't know that was Rachel.
Yeah. So I helped them shoot a music video at the farm, so they got me this glass of wine to thank me. So
nice.
I figured this is a perfect movie to crack it open.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, so we're talking Moonstruck today, the Norman Jewison movie. So,
thank you for indulging my love for this movie.
Oh, no problem at all. So,
Brian asked me to be, it's my first movie podcast I've ever been on. This is probably by stats alone, like how many times I've watched it, my favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, I'm going to be like, oh, it's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But I've literally watched that movie one time.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it really my favorite movie? The numbers don't lie.
Before this, I knew back when we were living together, this was your favorite movie, and I watched it I watched the movie one time, like 5 years after we stopped living together, and then I didn't revisit the movie until like two nights ago.
Those were great messages to get. Brian was sending me messages of Nick Cage, who is absolutely beautiful in this movie.
Gorgeous.
Just being like, look at this specimen. Oh, I looked. Reader, listener, I looked.
So, like, what was your experience when you first watched Moonstruck? Like, was this a movie you just grew up with, or?
Yeah, it was a movie I grew up with. I saw it for the first time when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because my parents have a lot of things that they love between them, but they were kind of slow in rolling those out to my sister and I when we were kids. Mm-hmm. So I didn't watch Moonstruck for the first time until I was in high school. And I was trying to remember if this was my introduction to young, beautiful Nick Cage, or if Raising Arizona was introduction to young, beautiful Nick Cage. It was either H.I. McDonough or Ronnie Cammareri.
Nick Cage was having a hell of a year in 1987 because he did this movie and he did Moonstruck.
Oh, incredible.
And it's just two wildly different performances too. Like, Raising Arizona is such a goofball, funny performance. And we'll get into Moonstruck a little bit too, but Moonstruck is such a primal, feral performance.
Oh my god. Feral is you could not have picked a better word to describe his performance. Feral is also what this movie does to me.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is about like Moonstruck too is that so it's written by John Patrick Shanley, who is like, I'm not sure if he's Italian or not. It sounds like a very Irish name.
John Patrick. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to give that a full Irish read. Yeah.
There's not a lot of actual Italians in this movie. It's a lot of Cher's Armenian. Nick Cage is Italian. Yeah, Italian American. This is a very Italian American.
Olympia Dukakis is Greek.
Mm-hmm. Norman Jewison, the director, he's not Italian.
No, but he got the spirit.
Yeah. And so, so this is Moonstruck, directed by Norman Jewison. So before this point, Norman Jewison had a very long, successful career. He had films like the Best Picture winner in the Heat of the Night, Thomas Crown Affair, Jesus Christ Superstar.
One of my personal favorites, The Russians Are Coming.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie, yeah.
My mom and I love it.
Really good
It's
movie.
like 3 hours long. No, it's like 2 hours long. But it's actually
It feels long, yeah. Rollerball's a really cool one. And Fiddler on the Roof.
Yep, the classic.
One thing I found really funny learning about, I have not seen Fiddler on the Roof.
What?
But no, I have it on DVD over there. I should watch it at some point.
Okay, that's our next movie pod episode together.
Fiddler on the Roof.
A live watch.
I'm going to have you exclusively on for Norman Jewison movies.
As your only Jewish correspondent.
But also with Norman Jewison, he's not Jewish.
I won't accept this,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, he's Canadian, he's Methodist. He got hired for Fiddler on the Roof because the producer thought he was Jewish.
That has to be one of the only, cases of like reverse Jewish discrimination in the film industry.
Well, by the name, you can maybe just assume he is. Yeah, but
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, count me in.
I assumed he was until like when I was doing my research. So, yeah, John Patrick Shanley had the screenplay kicking around for a while. It's a little screenplay back in the days, like before it was computerized. So like this screenplay was like passed around so much between producers, it has little coffee stains on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Norman Jewison found the screenplay. He liked it a lot. He agreed to direct it. Is within his budget too, because the problem with Norman Jewison, like he had a very successful career, but like he did not have full creative control like something like a Martin Scorsese or Steven Spielberg would have over a movie. So like this is a movie that was like right within its budget, within like his budget for having a good amount of control with it.
Right. Yeah. He could kind of do what he wanted with it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so for the lead part, Cher gets it, of course. Cher, who's Armenian, not Italian.
Hey, but you could believe.
Yeah. And the studio really tried to get Liza Minnelli, Rosanna Arquette, Demi Moore, and Barbara Streisand for the role. But
Demi Moore would have been really young for this role.
very young, yeah.
Like, kind of the point of Cher's role is she's a widow. She's a little older. Like, Demi Moore would not have been able to sell that.
No, not at all. I think that, like, Liza Minnelli may have been doing the 80s, but I think Cher was a perfectly cast part for this.
I think Liza Minnelli would have been good, but she would have been too, like, big-eyed and cutesy. Cher has the melodrama.
Oh, yeah.
Cher has the mournful stare.
She is a weird, like, presence.
She's incredible.
Yeah. And yeah, so Jewison insisted on having Cher. He liked her streetwise quality, and also how like no nonsense Cher is as a performer. Because like as a person, yeah, because like she was big in the '60s. She got her start in the '60s. Like Sonny and Cher, they were like a pop
musicals,
music, and then the Sonny and Cher show for years and such. So like she's been very well established. But as an actress, she like she'd been in movies here and there. She was up for an Oscar for Silkwood, which I've not seen. Like maybe like 4 years before this.
Oh, she'd been nominated for an Oscar 4 years before this movie. Yeah, that's crazy.
Or maybe 3 or 4 years. Yeah, so she's already been up for an Oscar at this point in time. So like she has some say what she wants to do. A lot of actors were considered for the role of Ronnie, which eventually goes to Nick Cage. So like again, like when it comes to like any producer's gonna say like, oh, like I was considering like, I don't know, like I can make the shittiest like student film ever and just say like I want Timothée Chalamet to be the lead. Like he's not actually considered. It's not actually going to be in consideration.
He was on the wish list, but that wish list was written in some pretty light pencil.
Yeah. So yeah, the studio considered allegedly Tom Cruise and Bill Murray came up for this role.
Who are like, I mean, Nick Cage is like Italian. Yeah. Those guys, I don't think they could. You know what? Actually, Tom Cruise could maybe pass for Italian, but Bill Murray, I would no, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah. Especially
Bill Murray in this role would have the wrongest possible energy.
It would be awful, yeah.
And as an English graduate, did just say wrongest, and I'm not taking it back. That's exactly how it feels.
It's
wrong as wrongest is.
It's a podcast. Who cares? It's movie pod. Like we're not the grammar.
It's movie pod. Roll the jingle.
We're not the grammar police over here. Yeah, so like I'll speak of jingles. I need a new jingle too because I love the intro, but some royalty free thing I found online.
Right.
So I gotta find like something actual proper that's my own.
Using the custom cut.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, I'll start cooking.
You start cooking, yeah, I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
See what I come up with.
Yeah. See what we can do here, like make a little movie pod anthem.
Yeah, movie pod anthem.
So yeah, so like one actor that did audition for the role was Ray Liotta.
Oh, and, at least Italian.
Yeah, he has the intensity for it too.
Yes.
So I feel that could have worked. I don't think he has the sad eyes that Nick Cage has.
No.
Nick Cage has the great sad eyes to make it work.
Yeah.
And
Nick Cage is, I mean, when Nick Cage in this movie says, "I'm a wolf," you believe that this man is a wolf. That man is a wolf.
And like Nick Cage is
dog, puppy dog eyes.
And Nick Cage is in a really interesting spot at his career point because he's a Coppola. Like he is friends for Coppola's like nephew or something like that. So he's in this whole big family. His parents are going through a divorce like when he was younger, so they got shipped out to live with the Coppolas in California. And he went from being a popular kid in his old school to being kind of an outcast in his new place here. And he kind of wanted to make it on his own too, which I think is one of the reasons why did Cage, as the last name, not Coppola, kind of set on his own.
That's the story that he always tells, is that he didn't want to be seen as a Coppola.
Yeah.
The story that he tells is he was speaking with his Italian Grammy about how, this idea of fame was restraining him like a beautiful bird in a cage, and then the lightning struck, and he was Nick Cage from that day on.
And like it's stuck. Like people don't associate Nick Cage with the Coppolas unless you really know like the family history.
Absolutely.
Like Nick Cage is his own entity at this now. Like
great way to describe him. Nick Cage is he is a concept that has wheels, and the slope is ever downward. he's always gaining momentum.
And so, like, Jewison said that he didn't think Ronnie was going to be as dark when he was reading the script there, but, like, Cage brought this darkness to the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he was against kind of doing rom-coms and stuff because he kind of, like, wanted to have more edge as a performer. But, like, he brings a lot of edge to this movie, so I think it works out in the end.
Yeah. And it's like you said, like, this movie is hilarious. Mm-hmm. This movie's a comedy.
Yeah.
But it's also a drama, and, like, Ronnie, Nick Cage's character, does not get a lot of laughs.
No.
He plays this thing as serious as a funeral, and it fucking works.
It's so hard, Nick Cage, though, because, like, Cage is a very intense actor. And he, like, a lot of times, like, I remember when I saw Mandy in the theater. Have you seen Mandy?
No, I'm dying to see Mandy.
It's really good, but, like, when I saw it in the theater, like, it was a pretty well-packed house. Like, everyone was just laughing at Nick Cage just going big. Because people were so used to Nick Cage going big being a really funny thing. But,
yeah,
like,
Nick Cage definitely became a meme in, like, the late aughts. And that was great for him. But at the same time, also would lead to something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, it wasn't a great, like, screen just because people were laughing at the Cage performance instead of, like, embracing the fact, like, he's playing someone who's, like, full of sorrow and, like, in like, a lot of pain and stuff. So it's not meant to be laughed at, but, you know, people laugh at weird things.
An interesting thing about them casting Cher and Nicolas Cage. It's a rom-com, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, not just in rom-coms and dramas. I mean, throughout the history of Hollywood, the standard is that you've got your male lead and your much younger female counterpart. Mm-hmm. But in this particular casting, Cher is 18 years older than Nicolas Cage. Mm-hmm. Which, like, I think that's incredible.
Yeah. Good for her. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I saw this thing where people say that romantically, people tend to go for people that look like gender-swapped versions of themselves. Mm. There's an incredible version of West Side Story where Cher did all of the characters, and her dressed up as the young hoodlums. It looks exactly like Nicolas Cage. It's incredible.
Yeah, Cher has a great look in this movie. Like, even when she's supposed to be, like, kind of, like, down-to-earth and, like, kind of frumpy looking with, like, the gray hair, like, she still looks like a very striking woman.
Oh, yeah. The face is arresting. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, as a girl in high school, when we get to the part where she Cinderella transforms from the frumpy accountant to the beautiful opera goer, that's so cunty.
Yeah.
Like, just what an absolute, like, every woman and some men's wet dream is just to lie out in your divan with your glass of red wine, gently fingering the opera dress you bought that afternoon, your hair freshly done, your nails freshly done. Cher is woman in this movie.
Oh, we'll get to the part, because I was definitely some thoughts in that scene. That's a really well done scene. I can't. So other development things with this movie is the actor who plays Grandpa, Fyodor Chalapin. Fyodor Chalapin. One of those might be right. He had difficulty hearing actors, so the studio could not insure him because of his old age. This guy's only 80, but, like, he comes across as 130.
This man could be 180 years old. Like.
And he kept wandering off a lot, too.
So he was literally Grandpa.
Yeah.
He was literally a demented Grandpa.
And so Jewison, like, was ensured, like, that he was this actor was a great choice for the role, because he phoned up Sean Connery, and Sean Connery was like, no, like, this guy will steal every scene in the movie. You gotta cast this guy in the movie. And Sean Connery's right. This guy is really damn good in the movie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my family, we love to quote Moonstruck, and for my dad, it was always Grandpa's lines.
Yeah.
Like, he just so good. So good.
And the film had a really troubled production due to Cher's busy schedule. So, like, they had to film it around her. The actors had a lot of friction on the set, too.
What kind of friction? The one that creates tension or the one that creates sparks?
Tension. Cage publicly said that Cher needs a good director or else she's in trouble. And Cher said in the press that Cage takes chances in that he's crazy. He's a blast on set some days, and other days she's really peeved with him. This is like 1987 reviews too, so this is like when the movie's like coming out or is out in theaters or doing the awards circuit and stuff. Like, and they're still shitting on one another. Like,
yeah, there must have been some serious bumps in the road.
Yeah. And no one had faith in this movie too. Like, Norman Jewison say like Cher would resist direction a lot. She was very stubborn on the set. Olympia Dukakis got the impression that people in Cher's orbit told her not to do the movie at all.
Oh, that's a pretty bad sense to get from the lead of the film that you're in.
But like Norman Jewison, he had faith in the movie, and he was like telling like Olympia Dukakis like, "You're gonna win an Oscar for this movie," while they were filming, and he was right. She did win an Oscar for it.
Amazing.
So let's get into Moonstruck proper. So we start with the MGM line roaring at us. And then the movie begins. So we see the moon. It's very large. And over the New York skyline. And That's Amore starts playing.
What better song to get you... just to let you know what the fuck is up.
That's Amore. It's like... I feel it'd be too offensive to say it's the most Italian song ever. Because it's in English. But it's the most Italian-American song ever.
That absolutely tracks. Also, I feel like Moonstruck and That's Amore are like parallel and like film and song versions of each other. Like, I feel like they just are the exact same vibe. Like shit goes wrong, but hey, that's love.
Yeah. And so, it's New York City. We see the 9/11 buildings in the background there. So
9/11 buildings.
So we can probably guess that this 1987 movie takes place before 2001, which it does. It takes place, I assume, in 1987.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be. It really has like that nice, deliciously grainy late 80s, early 90s vibe. Like, even watching it on streaming, you definitely feel like you've popped a well-loved VHS into the player. It's warm.
I was watching a well-loved DVD that I found at the thrift store.
Yeah, which you paid an entire $2 for, which, let me tell you, is a fucking steal.
Yeah, like, honestly, people, like...
Deal of the century.
Go to thrift stores, buy movies, it's great.
Also, CDs. My mom got a Linda Ronstadt Christmas album today at Valley Village. We didn't even know Linda Ronstadt had a Christmas album.
I have like 5 Linda Ronstadt albums I got thrifting.
All absolute gold.
They're so good.
Sure.
Love Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, queen.
Yeah. When the Moonstruck title actually comes into the movie there, it looks like the cheapest like Windows Movie Maker effect when it like shimmers in. It looks so jarring and weird. It's like, what the fuck's going on? It doesn't feel like an expensive... Yeah, So, the moon's in the sky and everything. The moon's a very, very important part of Moonstruck. And,
it's a movie kind of all about, like, this, idea of, like, the moon having magic and love being magic and, everybody being in the thrall of the moon and love. And...
It's like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, how present this moon is in this movie. It's always, like, threatening all the citizens down below with all its love magic.
Yeah, people are always talking about it. People are always blaming it for the shit they did last night. Like that one scene that's like almost kind of just a random throwaway where it's like the aunt and uncle where they're talking about how good they fucked last night. And he's like, it was that moon! That crazy moon!
Yeah, the mistakes I make in life, I gotta just like blame it on the moon. I was like, oh, like,
if you were Italian, you would be able to. I don't know if we can as not Italian.
I'm not Italian.
Also, disclaimer, neither of us are Italian.
Neither of us are Italian.
We should have invited someone who is of Italian descent to discuss this film.
No, fuck that, though. There's like no Italians in this movie. Everyone's like non-Italian.
It's Italian as everybody.
We're as Italians. We're Canadian. Norman Jewison's Canadian. He's not Italian.
That's true.
So that works.
For that's our Italian.
Yeah. So a big focus on this opening montage to show about like New York City streets as well. They show a lot of people like the Metropolitan Opera and like have people like loading up like unloading trucks of like scene parts of it. Yeah. So the opera is being established pretty early, and also it really helps show this is going to be a really operatic story.
Yeah, it's a really cool way. Like they're literally setting the stage for this performance. Yeah. It's a great little nod to the drama that's coming.
So after like we see part of the opening montage in Brooklyn, we see Cher entering a funeral home. Cher plays Loretta, and she does income tax for people. So she's a lot of local business. So she does it for the funeral home. So we see the nice shot of a corpse in this funeral home too. So like it's like pretty immediately jarring what kind of tone this movie's going to be because there's no jokes yet. But we see a body, we see a corpse before we see a joke in the movie.
That's so true. Yeah. Although the first jokes that come from this movie are absolutely killer. They're given by an Italian actor named Tony Azzito, who is one of the most flexible men in history. You can see Tony Azzito do an amazing turn as the head constable chief of police in The Pirates of Penzance that starred Kevin Kline and Linda Ronstadt, our queen.
I've not seen this movie.
This man has no fucking joints. He's just made out of rubber. He can roll himself over backwards like a wheel. But him as the funeral director, oh my god, endlessly quotable. I made him look better than he was when he was alive. I'm a genius. I love this man.
And of course, everyone has an outrageous Italian-American accent in this movie.
Yes.
Like, everyone.
Yes.
So, like, you know, just stop the podcast if you're offended by that. We're going to keep doing it. So
I have to admit, when I saw this movie for the first time and it opened with him, I was like, he's the love interest. He's the guy.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of heartbroken that he just opened the movie and then never showed up again.
It's kind of strange,
but
right?
He does do a really good job of setting the stage for, like, how Cher is, like, so close with all of her clients, and they're all kind of, like, bonded by this Italian community, and they're all best friends.
This whole movie basically takes place in, like, a 2-block radius, it feels, in Brooklyn. It feels
absolutely
like very...
true. Yeah.
Very...
And also, I think it all takes place in, like, 48 hours.
Yeah, it's a short amount of time. Like,
Yeah.
it's like...
It's a whirlwind.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's great how, like, there's... You know, even it's a nuclear family, but they all have so many stories, and they tell all of their stories in this, like, really short period.
Yeah.
It ends up, like, you get a really, it's so slice of life. It's like the definition of slice of life.
And so she goes business to business doing her tax work, and she goes to a flower shop, and she's given a flower by the owner, who's Raymond and Rita, yeah. And they have the flower
It's
shop.
her uncle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so at the flower shop owned by Raymond, she gets given a rose, like a flower, and she smells it, and she's like rubbing on her skin too. Like, this is clearly a woman that's full of passion and wants passion in
It
life.
definitely is like a repressed sensuality thing, her rubbing this flower. Yeah. That also has a big quote in it that my family and I always do. A guy comes in, he gets a dozen roses, and you're like, oh, that's a guy that knows what he's doing.
It's like Johnny from The Room.
Yeah.
I like a dozen red roses, please. Here you go, keep the change. Hi, doggy. You're my favorite customer. That was when I initially texted Alex to be on the show. I was like, hey, do you want to do The Room? And she's like, let's do Moonstruck. I'm like, good call. The Room is happening someday on Movie Pod for sure.
In the not too distant future.
Not too distant future, for sure. And so then later on that evening, Cher's on a restaurant date with Johnny, played by Danny Aiello.
Also Italian.
Very Italian.
We're racking up the Italians.
And he wants to order fish, and she says, it's too oily. It'd be too gassy for the flight he's going to be on. So he's gearing up for a flight back to Sicily because his mom is dying.
He thinks his mom is going to die while he's there. He's like preparing this to be the final visit of his mother's life. Yeah.
So at this restaurant, you get John Mahoney, like Fraser's dad, playing Perry, and he's a professor, keeps dating younger students and keeps like completely fumbling them. They get pissed off and leave the restaurant this day here.
They throw their water or their drink on him always.
And Danny Aiello makes the crack that a man not being able to control his woman is funny. And Loretta points out, like, oh, this man's just too young for him.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because then Loretta's going to go for someone who's much younger than she is. But
maybe it works the other way, you know?
So then Bobo, who's a staff member there, brings up to an employee that Johnny's proposing tonight. They're getting everything ready to help out.
The champagne, the dessert cart.
And Johnny's like a very regular customer. He's been there for like 20 years and stuff. He's a bachelor for a long time. Johnny's nervous. Like, Danny, I love Danny Aiello. Him and Do the Right Thing is a phenomenal performance. And
he's great in this movie too. He's fucking perfect.
So he's nervous. He's itching his head and stuff. He says like, "Oh, my scalp's not getting enough blood." And then like the dessert.
He should be nervous because he's planned out that the dessert cart's going to come. He's planned out that there's going to be champagne. He has not planned out the most important part of a proposal, the fucking ring,
or even the proposal act too. So like
he also doesn't know that he's supposed to get on his knees.
Yeah. So the dessert cart comes along, and then like he's like, "Have some dessert. Will you marry me?" And she is shocked, and like she's like, then she reveals to us, Cher reveals,
she's like, "Bobo, take the card away."
Yeah.
Full stop, record scratch, full stop on the proceedings.
And so Cher brings up like she has bad luck in her life, and her previous husband died, and she blames the fact that he died on the fact that they got married at City Hall, and that doomed the entire relationship, and that they didn't do it right from the start. So she wants this next relationship to be done right. So she's superstitious. She thinks that like because she did not treat love seriously the first time, that she needs to do it right this time, or else someone's going to. And we'll get to like how this husband died later on, because that reveal is fucking hilarious. And so then she's like, "Oh, kneel down." So then Danny Aiello gets on 2 knees, and like he sort of like waddles down over to like
We cut back to the producer after Danny is dropped to his knees, who's drunk as a skunk and has just had a drink thrown in his face by his too young date, and he goes to the waiter, "Is that man praying?"
And Johnny has no ring, so like Cher's a little shocked, and another Italian restaurant's like, if it was me, it would have sprung for a ring, capiche? And really makes him Cher gets Johnny to give him a pinky ring to propose.
Johnny has protested to both of these things. He says he doesn't. He says, "This is a good suit."
Yeah.
Cher says, "It came with 2 pair of pants. I know, I bought it with you." He says, "This is my favorite ring." He says, "Oh, you'll get it back when you get me a real one."
See, I've only seen this movie. I saw this movie once before, and then for the sake of this podcast, I watched it twice. The second time I watched for this podcast, I took a lot of notes on quotes and stuff. I should not have bothered because you clearly know this movie front to back.
You probably didn't have to watch this movie. I probably could have and I haven't seen this movie. I don't even, yeah.
Did you even watch the movie before the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my DNA at this point.
Yeah, so Cher agrees to the relationship. The restaurant's happy Italian music playing in the restaurant. Everyone's pleased.
Also, Cher she isn't really forthcoming. She isn't like, I love Johnny, or Johnny, I love you. But you can tell that she's into it by the way that she keeps making him do these traditions. Yeah. Get down on one knee, or 2 knees in this case. Give me your ring. Yeah. Like, she's clearly a little bit into it.
And, like, they don't hate each other. There's respect for one another.
They clearly have a very comfortable and involved friendship. She's there buying pants for him. She's telling him not to order fish before she gets on a plane. You'll be great halfway to Sicily. Like, she's kind of, like, mothering and taking care of him already in this wifely way, despite the fact... I mean, we're not really getting the sense that there's much of, like, a fire between them. Like, they're not, like, making eyes at each other or swatting each other across the table. It's almost like they've already been married for 30 years. That's the vibe. Yeah.
And so on the way home, Johnny's talking about he's going to go to Italy because his mom's dying and such. So they're trying to plan the wedding. Cher wants the wedding done properly within a month, which is kind of fast. But
by our standards, for sure. I think back in the day, and our older viewers can correct me if I'm wrong, older listeners. But my understanding is that it was more common back in the day for weddings to happen in a shorter time frame from engagements.
So, like, Johnny thinks his mom's going to die, like, a week, 2 weeks, no more. And then it's like, okay, so why don't we set the wedding for a month? So
which is fast, for sure.
Which is fast. So then Cher agrees, like, all right, they're going to get her wedding done in a month. Cher's going to do all the planning. She'll plan the whole thing, and he's going to show up to the wedding. So, like, at the airport, Johnny says to Cher to invite his brother Ronnie to the wedding. They've not spoken in 5 years. There's some bad blood between them. Johnny's never mentioned he's had a brother before. So she's kind of a little, like, shocked, but it's like, okay, yeah, I will absolutely do this.
Johnny does a great bit of foreshadowing in the scene. When he says there's bad blood, he looks at his hand and shudders and looks away. Yeah. It's a great little moment of foreshadowing.
And so Cher's watching the plane take off with Johnny on heading to Sicily. An older woman wearing all black is beside her. And the woman says, I put a curse on the plane because her sister's on board. And the curse on the plane is like she wants the plane to explode and fall into the sea because it still remained 50 years prior. Cher says...
Sisters never forget.
Cher says, I don't believe in curses. The old lady says, neither does she. But it's funny because, like, Cher clearly believes in... They're both superstitious people. Like, this seems like a very superstitious community. And as the movie goes on, people think this moon has, like, some sort of special thing around them. So, like, its mysticism is kind of all around this whole movie. And the way they kind of treat love and romance is that it's a concept that is beyond just something so, like, transactional. It's something bigger. It's something more important.
Yeah. Something that, it's like the moon controls the tides. Yeah. The moon controls the tides.
And as the plane takes off, we see that moon again. It's a big full moon.
That's a big BFM, big fucking moon.
Yeah. And
this whole movie is BME, big moon energy.
Yeah. Also, like, the original title for the script when it shipped around was The Bride and the Wolf.
Hey!
Which is
You're a wolf. Yeah. I'm a wolf. He's a wolf.
Yeah. Which is a great title, especially considering all the moon stuff, all the stuff with Nicolas Cage and this feral energy. But, like,
it's also a nice homage to, like, Beauty and the Beast, this classic romance love story of, like, two enemies becoming lovers.
Yeah. But, like, producers didn't like that because it sounds so much like a horror movie. Moonstruck fits the themes of the movie, and it sounds a bit more romantic. So they stuck with Moonstruck, which is stuck to this day.
If you watch the movie, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. Like you said, the moon is basically a character.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's definitely a massive force.
It should have been, like, fourth build in the movie.
Yeah.
And
after Olympia-Dukakis.
So Cher gets home. She lives in a multi-generational home in, like, Brooklyn. We meet her father, Cosmo, played by Vincent Gardenia, who's also up for an Oscar for this movie. And they have a celebratory wine.
Cheers!
Cheers!
They do this really cute thing where they put an adorable little sugar cube in their glass of Prosecco. Yeah. I've never seen that done in real life, but I love the look of it.
I was looking at why they do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently it's an Italian tradition, a superstition that champagne or
another superstition.
Yep. Is so, like, champagne is so attractive that evil spirits will want to get towards the champagne.
Right. Prosecco. Italian.
Sorry, yeah, Prosecco, yeah. So with sparkling wine, they'll put a sugar cube in it to kind of distract the evil spirit, so they can celebrate the good times with this celebratory wine.
Another superstition, another trying to avoid another curse that they probably, if you ask them, don't believe in.
Yeah. And so they drink to Ti amo, which means I love you. So she tells her dad she's getting married. And he's like, you did this one before and didn't work out. He died. He got hit by a bus. No, he died of bad luck. Your mother and I were married 52 years. No one died. And so don't get married, Loretta. It won't work out for you. The fact that Johnny's flying to Italy because his mom is dying is proof of more bad luck. Like, sometimes people just die. And so Cher wants her dad to give her away at the wedding because he didn't do it the first time, the City Hall marriage.
And she thinks maybe that was why there was the bad luck.
It's like, points out that this pinky ring is not a proper wedding ring. And he's like, oh, the ring's just temporary. Everything is temporary. And then they go in the other room to wake up the mom, Rose, played by Olympia Dukakis. Olympia Dukakis' first line in the movie is asking, who's dead?
Iconic. Yeah. Rose.
Yeah.
Who's dead?
She's getting married again?
Yeah, they both.
And a great line where it's like, Rose asks her daughter,
oh yeah,
do you love him, Loretta? No. Good. When you love them, they drive you crazy because they know they can. And Olympia Dukakis, she wins an Oscar for this role, and just
as she should.
Incredible performance.
Yeah, she delivers that line absolutely perfectly. That line also gets an incredible mirror later in the film. Stay tuned.
Yeah. So Cosmo doesn't want to pay for the wedding. Cher's his duty to father the bride to pay the wedding, so it's like a very extremely minor subplot for that. And then Rose has...
I won't pay for nothing, he says. You're rich as Roosevelt, his wife yells after him. And he is. He is.
And then, so that after a little bit of argument, Rose says, I'll play a Vicky Carr album, and when he comes to bed, he will not touch me. So this relationship...
He'll drink too much.
They're considerate to one another, but, this relationship is not, a very passionate one.
There's clearly something going on here. Mm-hmm. She's complaining about her sex life to her, mature daughter. Yeah. Which is never a good sign. Never.
It's the next day, and the grandfather they also live with, he takes his dogs out to walk in the cemetery, despite the cemetery saying no dogs allowed inside. And he
can't read, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this actor's blind as hell. And he goes to the grave with some buddies, and they're, very, very older Italian men, and they're talking about the moon. And they
in Italian.
In Italian, yeah. And as one comment, the moon brings the woman to the man. So now we got the idea that the moon is kind of a magical. So Johnny calls from Sicily to Loretta's place, Cher's place, and says, I'm calling from my mother's deathbed. And he says, so Cher asks how the plane ride is. And it's oh, the waitresses were very nice. My mother is slipping away. And the mom's in the background there in Sicily, and she's eager for death. And there's a bunch of nuns praying by her bedside. And
she's sitting there stone-faced, just waving her hand, like she's saying goodbye to a cruise ship. Johnny is clearly, absolutely tied up in this woman's mother's apron strings. Mm-hmm. Clearly mama's little boy still. Yeah. My mother is slipping. He says he's distraught.
So Cher calls the bakery that Ronnie works at.
Johnny is very adamant. Have you called my brother? Yeah. He, despite the fact that he's never mentioned this brother, now that the ball is in someone else's court, he's like, this rupture must be fixed. Yeah. It's been too many years, too long between brothers. It's like, bro, if you felt this way, you could not have picked up the phone yourself any one of the days that you could pick up the phone right now from Italy. Yeah. No, it's only that it's her problem that it needs to be urgently fixed now. Yeah. Typical man.
So when Cher calls this bakery, we see the man who answers the phone at the bakery, a muscular man with a tank top and everything.
From the back, from behind.
From behind.
You don't see the face.
He has a tattoo, dirty white tank top, answers the phone. It's Ronnie. And Cher tells him the news, and Ronnie's upset that Johnny didn't call him himself. And says, what's wrong can never be made right.
Yeah. I don't know if that is true, but I would definitely also be mad that he had sent somebody else to do his dirty work. Also, I think Cher in that phone call tells him, we're getting married, which, as we'll learn, would absolutely trigger poor Ronnie. Mm-hmm.
And so, Cher's pissed off that this guy still ruined the phone, calls him an animal.
Animal throws the phone down.
And so then, then Cher just walks right over to the bakery and to talk to him directly. And as Cher's entering the bakery, the two people who are leaving it are Charles and Catherine Scorsese, who are Martin Scorsese's parents.
That's incredible. Yeah. What a great bit of trivia.
Yeah.
She asks the girl behind the counter, she's like, I gotta talk to Ronnie. And she gives her this look. The girl behind the counter's like, you want to talk to Ronnie? Yeah. She's like, okay, follow me. Yeah. So they go out of the clean, cozy bakery into the dirty alley and down this absolutely feral little back staircase into the hot, sweaty oven basement.
It's like a dungeon almost. The way it's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a cave.
Yeah.
A den.
Yeah.
Where you might find a wolf.
And Cage is there. We see Nick Cage in full view. Looking
First, just from behind. Again, like you saw him on the phone. He's silhouetted by the steam coming out of the ovens.
Yeah. And when we see him in full, he's all scruffy, he has wild hair, he's sweaty, he's dirty, he's hairy.
He looks rabid.
Looks very rabid. And like compared to Cher, who's like very modest looking, very well kept, very clean. And
she's got a little bit of makeup on. Her hair is pulled up behind her. She's clearly, she's giving the appearance of a pious woman. And Nick Cage just looks like a man living on the outskirts of faith, nice society, of any god.
Yeah. And Ronnie goes on about how like he has no life. His brother Johnny took his life, and he's pissed.
Speeches.
He goes on about how like, what is life? They said bread is life, and I bake bread. Bread. And he's
the bread.
Tossing like baguettes on the floor and such. And he thinks he should be happy because of his labor. The fact that he creates something that like by tradition, bread is life is something you would say when you're toasting for a meal or something like that.
Also very much in the Catholic faith, which they are all clearly part of. Bread, life, body of Christ. Bread's important. And his role as a baker is supposed to satisfy him.
And he should be happy with it. And like he tells the other employee there, Chrissy, like, bring the big knife over here. I want to cut my own damn throat.
This is the woman that gave Cher the look when she asked to speak to Ronnie. Clearly, she's well familiar with Ronnie's shit. Yeah. I won't do it, she says. I won't do it.
I want you to watch me kill myself.
Bring me the big knife, Christy. I'm going to cut my throat. I said I won't do it. She won't do it. Do you know about me? And Cher just shakes her head.
So like Johnny like unpeels the glove he's wearing and reveals like a wooden hand. It's like half wood hand. Like all the fingers are.
His thumb is a real thumb, but the rest of it is just a carved piece of wood.
Nick Cage reveals what happens, and apparently Johnny was ordering bread from him one day, and Ronnie wasn't paying attention.
In celebration for Ronnie's wedding. Ronnie was engaged, she was going to get married. And so Johnny said, it's a celebration to you. Let's have some bread. And apparently made him look the wrong way as he was slicing the bread.
Yeah. And so then like Nick Cage's hand got caught in the slicer there and chewed off his hand. And his fiance found out that he was maimed, so she like left him for another man.
She couldn't handle it. She couldn't deal with it.
And Cher like says like that can't be Johnny's fault. And Cage just loses it, like punches a can of flour,
holds the wooden hand up to the light.
I lost my hand. I lost my bride. Johnny has his hand. Johnny has his bride. You want me to take my heartbreak, put it away, and forget it?
But after he has this huge outburst, it kind of seems like he's got it out of his system, and he kind of starts to kind of shake his head a little and calm down a little. And
very puppy dog eyes.
Very puppy dog eyes. It's like a dog that's, he's had the freak out, and then he's kind of realized, like, oh, I don't know what I was scared about. I don't know what I was doing. He puts on this incredible, like, plaid sheepskin jacket. Cher's like, oh, where are you going? Like, Cher's intrigued. It could be that Cher has bad taste in men, because this violent outburst has clearly hooked her. And she's not Nick Cage, Roddy Camerari, admits to Cher that he lives pretty close to here. She's like, can't we just talk? So they wake off together to his place. And left behind is Chrissy, the girl behind the counter, the girl who would not bring him the big knife. And she says, I love this man. I'm in love with this man.
He's the most tormented man I've ever known.
You can never love anybody since he lost his hand in his girl.
Yeah. And so a lot of the hand acting Nick Cage did, he based off a Rudolph Klein-Rogue from the Fritz Lang's movie Metropolis.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. So Cage doing his research, he also tried to do a vocal performance based on the Jean Marais from the 1946 Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast!
Yeah, and it was a very growly performance. But then all the dailies came back after they filmed it, and he sort of knocked it off because like it sounded like too distracting.
I bet you anything that if we could see those dailies now, it would be so similar to Christian Bale's Batman voice. Yeah. I bet you 100 Canadian dollars. Hell, I bet you 100 American dollars.
I lost my hand. I lost my bride, Alfred.
Johnny got his hand. Johnny got his bread.
Gotham City.
You want me to check my heartbreak? Put it away. Get the Batmobile about it? Alfred.
So, like, we then cut to a scene with Cosmo, Cher's father at work. He's a plumber. He sells a couple, a young like yuppie couple.
A yuppie couple for sure.
They're like almost like they're gentrifiers. So they're coming to this area. And
they're kind of like the original prototype of the hipster. Yeah, they're young gentrifiers. Their names are like Harper. Like they're very definitely the stereotype. It's great too the way they introduced this scene. Remember how before Cosmo was complaining, I ain't got no money, and his wife saying, "You're rich as Roosevelt." The scene is introduced by just a pair of painters walking along New York, being like, we should have been a plumber like Castorini. That's Cosmo. And then it cuts to Cosmo just like stone-faced, peeling the paint off of a pair of pipes, like his world is about to come crashing down on him. Like it's the most serious heart disease he's ever seen. And these guys are like, oh my god, Mr. Castorini, Cosmo, what's wrong with our pipes?
And he's like, well, there's 3 types of pipes. There's the kind of pipe you have, which is garbage.
You can see where that's got you.
And there's bronze pipe, which is pretty good, unless something goes wrong.
And something always goes wrong.
Copper is recommended because it costs money, so it saves money.
Copper, which is the only pipe I use.
It's a movie about making choices and such, and like not settling for the easy thing. So it is like people making choices, the wrong choices sometimes, because it's the easy thing to do, and like shutting themselves off to like something that's better down the line because it's going to be more inconvenient.
There's 3 kinds of marriages. You can elope when you see where that got you. You can get married at City Hall, which is pretty good, unless something goes wrong. Unless somebody gets hit by a bus. And somebody always gets hit by a bus.
And so then we cut to Cosmo telling the same speech to a date he's on with a mistress.
Oh.
And he's buying this mistress jewelry.
What's her name, Mona?
Oh, I think so.
I think her name's Mona. Yeah. I got you something. Taps the little box on the table. Cosmo honestly does have, like, big dick energy.
Oh, absolutely.
Him just sliding the jewelry box across the table to her, like, kind of pointing it, like, bought you something.
And this jewelry has, like, birds and stars on it and a moon.
Birds flying to the stars, I guess. That does her in. She's in.
Oh,
maybe it's the moon. Maybe the moon gets her.
It's the magical moon.
She has a great line in this bit too, because he like introduces this gift by giving her a full rundown of the scene before where he successfully sold the yuppie couple the most expensive type of pipe, and she loves this. She's gobbling it up with a spoon. Oh, Cosmo, you have such a head for knowing. She loves it. And this mistress is like such a great mistress stereotype. She's got like so much makeup on, and like her tits are up to her chin, and she's wearing like furry pink everything, and like she's just this. She's like Plato's ideal middle-aged Italian mistress. I love her so much.
So we cut to Ronnie's apartment. So Cher and Ronnie.
Back to the action. And in his apartment, we're showing like a big poster of the opera that they'll later see in the movie. La Boheme. Yeah.
And he has the vinyl on it, and he's sulking around. This guy's like,
yeah. So he's like, this woman's followed him to his apartment. Imagine this. Imagine you follow a man you've just met to his apartment. And wordlessly, you enter his apartment, and the first thing he does is put on an opera record and go stand by the window and moodily stare out of it. I think what Cher does, doesn't she make coffee for him?
A steak.
Oh, she goes right to the meal.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna make
Are you hungry?
Yeah. And like, just like makes him offers him a steak.
I'll make you a steak. How did she know he is a steak? Maybe it's an Italian thing.
It must be instinct.
He says, I like it well done. Yeah. He wants it dry, bloodless. Yeah. But she says, you'll eat it bloody to feed you blood. Yeah. Cher is playing with fire, little done. I mean, she does very well now, exactly what she's doing.
Nick Cage asks, like, how'd you meet Johnny?
Well, we also have to say, cut to Nick Cage just devouring this bloody steak. Eating it, like, fairly, using his, like, wooden hand to hold it in place, and then, like, it's good. It's good. It looks like this man hasn't eaten in years.
Yeah.
He's just fucking going to town on this thing. But yeah, once he gets enough blood in him, he starts up a conversation.
That's like how they met and such, and like apparently Johnny knew Cher's ex-husband before he died, and like, oh, how'd she die? Bus hit him. Fast? Instantaneous.
Nick Cage has... I mean, I don't know if ever in his life he's had any, but especially in this movie and especially in this scene, he has no fucking chill. Oh, how'd your husband die? Was it fast?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no social grace in this world.
Because they both had, like, tragedies in their past, clearly. They both call each other stupid because they didn't pursue more relationships and sex after their tragedies.
Right. They both wanted to wallow in their own personal melodramas as dramatic people. And they see that they're characteristic in each other, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you for doing that?
So they asked, like, do you have any whiskey? And
Jiminy Whiskey, let's get some whiskey. The questions get a little too difficult for Cher. She wants to unload a bit.
And movie pod fans will recognize our favorite recurring character return from The Thing, a bottle of J&B Scotch. So it's not Kurt Russell chugging this down and destroying a chess-playing computer. It's Cher and Nick Cage having it. So over his whiskey, they talk about their past a little bit. Cher's upset she never had a kid because now she's left no man, no husband, no baby. And Cher challenged him. He's like, oh, I know what you are. You're a wolf. And
a wolf, he says, scratching his beard.
Yeah.
And it decidedly wolf-like matter.
He's scruffy.
Oh,
he looks really good.
Scruffy man.
And she says, like, the woman was a trap for you. You chewed off your own foot to get the freedom. But now that you know you're a wolf and capable of chewing your own leg off to get freedom, you're afraid of love again. Because you know what you're willing to do to get away from being hurt again. Which is an insane presumption to make.
And also, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to hear the story of his accident, which he blames on his brother making him look the wrong way, and being like, actually, that was you, because you didn't want to marry this girl.
Like, if I go to a date with a girl with one hand, and I'm like, I know how you lost her hand.
You were responsible for it, because...
Yeah, I get slapped in the face, deservedly so, and so I'm going to make a post on Reddit about it and be a monster.
Slapped in the face with her wooden hand, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
I think they technically make prosthetics better now than they did in those days, but there's something about Nick Cage's wooden hand that, like, if something ever happens to mine, that's the route I'm going for sure.
You're in wooden hand?
I'm going wooden hand for sure. That thing looks great.
Yeah.
And obviously, he uses it really well.
Yeah.
Cutting the steak, making the bread. Clearly it's functional.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a question of function over form. Sometimes you can have both.
So, like, Cage says to her, like, you're a bride without a head. She says, oh, you're a wolf without a foot. He flips over the table.
Oh, he stands up. He flips over the table.
J&B Scotch flies all over the kitchen.
Steak remnants.
No one's drinking J&B Scotch in any movie pod movies. They're just fucking tossing it everywhere.
None of it actually gets in anybody's throat. It all goes on the floor.
It's scary and terrifying at first. Then he slicks back his hair and picks her up off of her chair and kisses her. She resists it. Then,
wait a minute.
And then she goes back in for more.
That hesitation lasts about 2.7 seconds.
He picks her up off the chair.
And a bridal carry.
Starts walking away. What are you doing?
She else.
Where are you taking me? To the bed. Oh, God, I don't care.
Take me to the bed. I don't care anymore.
I can't believe this is happening. I was dead. Me
too.
What about Johnny? Take your revenge out on me. Leave nothing for him to marry. Leave me to just skin
my bones.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
There will be nothing left.
So they bang.
Let's fucking hope so.
Yeah. No, they're
all signs point to yes.
They're thrusting. I saw some thrusting happening. There's at least something happening there. And so, we get back to the moon. We see the moon again outside. And
obviously, it's the moon's fault. This, Cher is cheating on her boyfriend. Nicolas Cage is cheating on his being married to the melodrama of having a wife leave him over, becoming an amputee. They've both thrown the most important relationships of their life aside to get down and dirty with each other. And not just anyone, for sure. It is her fiance's brother that she met no more than 4 hours ago.
Oh, yeah, like, he's inside of her within, like, by the time the bread breaks, like... And
break that bed does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So then back at Cher's family's place there's a family dinner happening with, like, Cosmo Rose, as well as
Raymond and Rita.
Raymond and Rita, who is Rose's...
The flower sellers from earlier, Cher's aunt and uncle.
They're talking there about how, like, when Cosmo was courting Rose, how there was Raymond saw, like, a huge moon outside their house, their apartment. And thought it was almost like a dream or something like that. There's, like, some massive moon coming there, so, like, something magic was happening. He saw this moon. Never seen a moon as big since. And Cosmo shuts down the story. He's like, oh, you're just dreaming. The moon was not that big.
Cosmo's in a shit mood at this dinner. So much. He keeps saying, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So much so eventually Raymond is to say, well, what do you want to talk about? He's drinking a ton of wine. He's getting plastered. He's being a big fucking grump.
And, like, it's like whiskey dick by the end of the night because, like, Rose wants to go to bed with him. And everybody's like, oh, you're pass open drinking too much.
You'll be up when you should be down. Yeah. This scenario is no stranger to Rose. She knows exactly what's happening here. It seems like it's been a long time since she's been with her husband, which is not surprising considering that little fox that we saw in the restaurant earlier that he was given that jewelry to. But they're also, they're kind of making excuses for Loretta. Like, Loretta was clearly supposed to be at this dinner. And her parents, I mean, in what universe would she be in bed with a lover that is her brother's fiance right now? She has been a chaste widow living with her parents for the past however many years. Yeah. This is wildly out of character for her.
What do they think she's doing? Like, going to see a movie later? Like, I don't know, like clubbing or something? Like,
yeah, like, why aren't they more concerned about where their widowed daughter is?
Yeah. Like, dead in a ditch somewhere?
Why don't they care?
Yeah.
Too much red wine. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Not enough red wine. And then, do we not get the beautiful cut to Loretta right after that?
No, we see Rose, Olympia Dukakis, like, Cosmo's in bed, passed the hell out, can't sleep or anything. And she goes to the window because the moonlight's coming in, it's beautiful.
That big, beautiful moon, Cosmo's moon!
Cosmo's moon, and she's just yearning, looking at it. She has this big romantic look towards it. She's like...
She misses when that was Cosmo's moon.
She's looking at something that's so far away, but so close, and she's just feeling in pain.
Yeah.
And...
yeah, so far away and so close that her husband in bed beside her, but so far away.
And then we cut back to Cher and Nick Cage.
There we go.
And
oh my goodness.
And so, like, she sees the moon and everything.
She sits up in bed, Nicolas Cage beside her. She peers out a little bit, and she picks up this beautiful white lacy blanket shawl and wraps it around her. Mm-hmm. Goes to look at the window at the moon. She's illuminated by the moonlight. Mm-hmm. Nick Cage kind of wraps himself. Oh, what are you doing? She says, I'm looking at the moon. Mm-hmm. He says, you look like an angel. You look like an angel. I think we should re-record this movie with the Batman voice and see exactly how successful it is.
It looks like a giant snowball.
Which, like, what kind of snowball, Nick? Like, how you been getting through this?
And so Raymond wakes up too, so then he sees the moon, and like, this is the same moon that Cosmo saw when he was younger. Love is in the air tonight.
He's like kind of in a daze. He's like half asleep. He's like, is he down there?
Yeah.
Rita's like, who? He's like, Cosmo. Rita's like, you know what? Standing there in that light, the expression on your face. You look about 25 years old.
Yeah.
This flips the switch inside our old friend Raymond. Oh. Rita, he says. Right?
Oh, this is a moon that makes everyone horny. It's like, everyone's like a werewolf. It's
a fucking aphrodisiac is what this moon is.
It makes everyone thirsty as fuck.
It turns everyone into werewolves that only want sex.
And like, Grandpa's out with his dogs, and he gets the dogs to yell at the moon, like, "Aroo!"
Yeah. He says, why you make me wait? Go on, howl! Ho, ho! And the dogs. And he starts howling too. Yeah. His old Italian grandpa voice. A werewolf still. Yeah. Even at his advanced age of 164 years old.
He's the oldest man ever put on film. And it is like crazy. Like, he looks like Jimmy Carter when he was like 2 days away from death, like wheeled around and stuff. Like, he looks like him almost, and how like sunken his face looks. And he's only 80, like only 80, but like, he looks like the oldest man to ever live.
Oh, he truly, he looks like he himself weaved the Shroud of Turin.
He looks so old that the Democrats are going to run him for Congress.
Or perhaps even president.
Oh, they should, yeah. Like, Grandpa from Moonstruck 2028.
Oh, for him. Yeah. I'd retake my citizenship back up just for that.
So,
never voted an American election in my life, but I might if you run the Grandpa for Moonstruck.
I'll vote illegally there if I Grandpa for Moonstruck there.
Okay, quick plug. How's your campaign for Conservative Party leader out in Alberta going?
Oh, yeah, so I guess you get into this. So, I ran as part of the longest ballot committee as a protest voting to get electoral reform for the Battle River Crowfoot riding in Alberta.
The same district that Pierre Poilievre is riding in because he lost his own district because he fucking sucks.
Yeah, so the Conservative Party parachuted Poilievre into the this one very safe Conservative riding. So this longest ballot committee, it's a nonpartisan group. They protest Liberal ridings, Conservative ridings, NDP ridings. They try to get a very, very long ballot to kind of protest first past the post voting in Canada. So I signed up for it, and I ran as a candidate in Battle River Crowfoot against Pierre Poilievre. So the election was last night.
I'm fresh on the scene for this.
Yeah, so I got 0 votes.
Oh,
yeah.
Next time.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time.
But yeah, so it was fun, kind of being on the other side of the process there, and like getting to like see like what it's like to be a candidate, stuff, all the paperwork you got to do, the like this declarations you have to swear to do. And it's kind of fun to be a part of. And I actually got interviewed by CBC today about it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's going to be just an article or some video or not, but they recorded me down here, so...
That's incredible. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So, I didn't win the election.
But you won our hearts, Brian.
I won the hearts, yeah. Yeah. My goal was to get one vote at least, but it was right...
I wish I could have, but unfortunately I don't live in Alberta, so...
Neither does Polyev, so... he was able to run. So, where are we in Moonstruck? It's the next day. So, the moon retreats. The moon goes into hiding there. It's daytime. And so Cher and Nick Cage wake up.
Broken out of their Moonstruck reverie, Cher is absolutely devastated to remember what she did the night before. A mere 4 hours before, judging by that whole in the middle of the night moon scene.
Yeah. She starts freaking out and wants to be secret. They take to their graves. Cage says he won't do that because he's in love with her. And...
she slaps him a good one once.
Yeah.
And she slaps him a good one twice. She says.
It's such a great line reading. It's so good.
So perfect.
And, it's funny, I was pausing it, that scene a little bit. Cher has a little bit of a smirk when she's doing it, too. She's kind of enjoying it when she's smacking.
Which totally tracks based on what you were saying before about the difficulties the cast had.
Yeah. It's great. And so Cher tells him not to come to the wedding. Let the bad blood linger longer. Let this, in
her own best interest, so that Johnny never finds out that she probably had much better sex with his brother than she's ever had with him.
Oh, yeah, if they even have sex at all. It seems like...
That's what we were saying.
Well, they do say they did had sex at some point when they were a couple, but it's I was...
Even noted Moonstruck scholar, don't remember
there's one line, it's you haven't been with since, Nick Cage, you haven't been with since your previous, fiancé there. It was you weren't with anyone after your husband. No one but Johnny. So,
all right, okay.
So it's not a completely chaste relationship, but it's it's not as passionate as
clearly he's not scratching that itch because she jumped into his arms with only a vague wait a minute
immediately. Yeah. Maybe she really liked that prosthetic.
Yeah, the wooden hand might have done it for her. I wonder what else is wooden she has.
So he agrees not to come to the wedding, but only if Cher will go to the opera with him later that night.
I love two things. I love opera, and I love you. And if I could have those two things at once, I could be satisfied for, Jesus Christ, the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. She agrees. She's into it.
Yeah.
Not really, but grudgingly, she agrees.
So she agrees. She leaves the apartment, closes the door, opens it back up. Where's the Met?
Where's the Met? Rolling her eyes. He starts fumbling some instructions. Will you go to...
We cut to church, and Cher's going to confession.
Who's already there at confession? Of course, the one person she doesn't want to see. Her mother!
Yeah. So her mother's hanging around the pews.
Can you imagine having a one-night stand with your brand new fiance's brother? She's been engaged to Johnny for, probably less than 24 hours when she gets into bed with his brother.
Yeah.
And she's had no physical relationship with anybody since her dead husband. Can you imagine breaking that dry spell to hump your brand new fiance's brother and feeling so guilty about it and so Roman Catholic about it that the first place you go to is church to get on your knees and suck the long dick of Catholic repentance, and your mother is already there waiting for you? I love how small this movie is. It's just so incredibly tight-knit.
It's so small. It's probably 1 or 2 blocks, and then plus the Met it drives you later on. It's very tiny space. They don't really go that far or anything. Very small cast, very small people, but it's a close-knit world.
Yeah.
And so Cher's in confession there, talking to the priest there, and forgive me, Father, I have sinned. Twice I have taken the Lord's name in vain. Once I slept with my brother's fiancé, and once I bounced a check at the liquor store, but that was really an accident.
Well, in that case, it doesn't count, but what was that second thing again? Says the priest. An absolutely incredible fit. That's a pretty big sin, Loretta, he says. I mean, confession is supposed... I'm not a Catholic. My mother was, bless her. So I know a little bit about how it's supposed to go. Confession is supposed to be anonymous. You're not supposed to know who the priest is. The priest isn't supposed to know who you are. The priest knows exactly who Loretta is. It's a pretty big sin, Loretta.
So out in the pews, Cher sees her mom, Rose, and like Rose says that she lied to Cosmo, so that Loretta came home last night. But Rose has really come to the understanding that Cosmo's cheating on her. Like, she just has an intuition.
Again, which, like, why are you telling your daughter this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's, I guess, a testament within the movie to how close family bonds are when you're Italian. I guess that's kind of the point they're trying to make.
Yeah, it's all about moon mysticism and Italian mysticism.
Yeah, which are sometimes the same thing.
Yeah. So later on, Cher's walking down the street, sees a beauty shop sign. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna get the gray out of my hair finally removed. She wants to look good for this date at the Met tonight.
Yeah.
And
something has restarted in her. She's been an old widow going gray and not getting fucked for many years.
Yeah.
And then some little animal lights a fire in her, and all of a sudden she's
just
ready to...
some animal inseminates her and is like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking, like, you know, live my life now.
I'm gonna do the deed. I'm gonna dye my hair.
Yeah.
She gets it done. She gets her...
And the beauticians are so happy. Oh my god, finally, you're looking good. You're gonna look good finally.
I've been watching, yeah, like, literally, as if they've been talking about her behind her back for years, being like,
this old hag.
that woman would be so fucking hot with a little bit of hair dye. God fucking damn it, just let me at her. I would do it for free. I would pay her. You can imagine these conversations.
And when she leaves the place there, she get immediately catcalled by a couple guys on the street there, and she's kind of happy with it. Like, she's pleased with the makeover. She goes and gets some new clothing.
That's right. She does make a little kind of side eye when the guys catcall her. She's like, she's ready to be an object of sexual attention again.
So then, once she gets new clothes, gets the whole makeup, gets all the hair done.
There is also a great little bit where I think it's when she's leaving the department store where she gets the new clothes, where she almost runs into a nun. And the nun goes to her.
Oh, the nun. There's two of them.
Careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah.
As if they know
Yeah.
that she's fucking the brother of her fiance. I mean, of course, they don't. But what a great little...
And so we talked about this earlier about the scene where she's almost having her Cinderella transformation in her apartment there.
There's this incredible song with this incredible sax solo playing. It's so late 80s perfection.
And so she's drinking wine, the fire's happening. She's like touching her dress. She's very passionate, very into it.
She's making eyes into the mirror.
She's looking at the mirror. I love the scene so much because she's looking in the mirror almost like she's discovering herself. But it's not like total shock, like, oh, like, I never knew I could become this beautiful swan. It's like almost like, oh, here's me again.
Yeah.
It's almost like maybe before her husband died, this is the kind of person she used to be.
Yeah.
So it's not really just like, you know, oh, like, you know, she's all that type of thing. Like, oh my god, we can turn this, like, you know, ugly duckling into a beautiful princess. Yeah. It's almost like she's like discovering, like, this is me again. Yeah. And Cher plays it so well with kind of the lingering looks, looking at the mirror. It's a fantastic scene.
Maybe it was a person she hid away out of grief. Maybe it was a person she hid away out of guilt. But it's a person that is absolutely, we are so fucking back.
Yeah. We're back. She looks so confident. It's great for her. And so Cher is in front of the Met looking for Nick Cage. He's in front of the fountain.
Yeah, he's in front of the Met looking for Cher.
He's in front of the fountain, and he's like really cleaned up, his nice tuxedo on. His hair is all neat and slicked and everything. This is like not the wolf we saw before. Very Beauty and the Beast kind of thing. It's like almost like when the Beast is ready for the big ball with.
Absolutely.
They're very happy to see one another. They're both a little nervous.
He notices her first. He notices her kind of looking around, and they meet, and he's, oh, thank you. Your hair, beautiful dress. Yeah. He's just absolutely shook to the core.
And so he tries to kiss her on the cheek. She rejects it. Like, you know, this is just supposed to be, it's not like a romantic thing. I'm going here to satisfy your desire to go see this opera. So I was also reading that apparently they're making a Moonstruck opera. And at the Met, we play at the Met, and John Patrick Shanley, the writer of the film, was making it.
I can't handle this information. Yeah. But in the opposite way that I couldn't handle that Norman Jewison isn't Jewish.
Yeah. Well, do you know much? Have you seen many other things by John Patrick Shanley?
I don't know. What else has he done?
So he's the big other one he did was the movie Doubt, which is also based on the play. Very good movie. Joe versus Volcano, which I've not seen.
Nope.
Have you heard of Wild Mountain Time?
Wild Mountain Time?
Yeah. No. Time spelled like the herb.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the
reason I knew that, even though I don't know what this movie is.
Because it's the most insane movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, you have seen this one?
Oh,
okay.
I've seen it, yeah.
Buckle in.
Okay, I'm going to reveal what the twist is for Wild Mountain Time in a few seconds.
Wait. Why don't we watch that in a future episode and you can reveal the twist then? Stay tuned.
Okay, stay tuned. We're doing Wild Mountain Time next time Alex Burney, aka Laika Berdey. Next time Laika Berdey's on the show, we're doing Wild Mountain Time.
Wild Mountain Time, and then The Room, and then...
Yeah,
a full list.
I've got a lot of people like already want to do this stuff. Like I've had like a pretty much I'm booked through to October at least.
Beautiful. Well, I guess I'll see you in November for Wild Mountain Time.
We got it. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I throw a bonus episode in on some of this. Wild Mountain Time is fucking nuts. Do not like.
I'm not gonna say a thing. I'm not gonna look at a thing.
It's so insane. Like it's because this is an insane screenplay too. There's like the moon imagery is off the charts. There, like everyone is obsessed with this damn moon. There, there's like all kinds of weird wolf imagery too, just in dialogue. We got moons, we got wolves, Italian Americans up the wazoo.
Oh yeah, nothing but.
So he is a very strange kind of writer.
Yeah,
very in your face.
Yeah,
and Wild Mountain Time it's more subdued until it's not.
Yeah.
And we are I'm going to pencil you in to do Wild Mountain Time later this year because it has to be done.
It has to be done.
It has to be done because it's bug nuts. But yeah,
Shannonland, we're on the Shannonland train. We'll do all the Shannonland and all the Jewisons.
Yeah.
And the Wiseaus.
Oh, so for the Rollerball episode. Rollerball is a great movie. So, so at the opera there, so Cage mentioned it's been a long time since he's been to the opera. So
I'll tell you what else it's been a long time since he's done. Someone else.
Yeah. And so
he's getting back to his old ways.
So he mentions it's been a long time since he's been to the opera, which means like which I assume means he's not been since he has Heartbroken. So I think,
for sure not.
So he's pretty much been living in this depressive low bubble.
Not doing any of the things that makes him happy.
Yeah.
Fucking widows, seeing operas.
And now he finally has the strength to do something he wants to do, but he wants to make it his final statement. He's like, I'm never going to be happy again after tonight because I'm with the woman I love, doing something I do love, and that's going to be it. And it's kind of upsetting. Like, it's very sad and stuff because, like, Cher wants to move back on with Johnny and stuff. She wants to put Instant behind them and get back to her normal life. But this is the kind of...
she thinks.
So she thinks, yeah.
She claims.
Also, this opera, Cosmo's there, there's Mistress as well.
That is an incredible coinky-dink.
Mm-hmm. So I was looking at the opera that they're attending, which is Giacomo Puccini's La Bohème. La Bohème.
A very sad, beautiful opera.
Yeah, so I looked up what it's about. It's about 4 struggling bohemian artists who on Christmas Eve...
It was the basis for Rent, which you may have
seen. Oh, La Bohème, yeah. Yeah, I've seen Rent.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie at least. Not a very good movie, but catchy music at least. You're right, because there's a girl named Mimi in Rent as well, yeah. So yeah, this girl named Mimi shows...
Rodrigo is Roger.
Oh, okay, wow. Huh. But that one's about everyone getting AIDS. I don't think anyone gets AIDS in this one. People get tuberculosis in this one. So
there's no tuberculosis in late 90s New York, so they changed it to AIDS.
Hey, but it's coming back. They anti-vaxxers. TV's coming back, baby.
We are so back.
So, in this play, so this girl named Mimi shows up to the artist when the artist, Rodolfo, falls in love with her. Mimi's dying, can't afford treatment. All these artists try to sell everything they own, and they profess her love, but she still ends up dying. So it's about how, like, love cannot conquer all. Love cannot transcend all. It's a harsh reality of what life is. So it's a very heartbreaking thing, especially for some guy who's, like, trying to, like, put love... He wants love to transcend all, but in his own mind, Nick Cage cannot believe it does. Nick Cage, as a character, he wants to believe love can transcend all, but it can't, because in his mind, he's shut it off. Like, I do love these things, and that's it. This is the final thing for me.
For him, though, still love is all. When his love failed him, he shut off his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's been given love again, he's willing to say, let me have one night where I have everything, and then for the rest of my life, if I can't have love, I will have nothing.
Yeah. Like, he's a huge believer in love, but he's willing to shut himself off if he cannot get it. It's like it's all or nothing.
It's his be all end all for sure.
So we also cut back to Rose is sad, and so she goes to a restaurant.
This is such a great side plot. While she is at her restaurant, her local restaurant, having dinner, I don't know if it's the same one that Johnny and Loretta were at.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Bobo's there.
Bobo's there, yep. And so
who else is there?
It's Perry, the professor.
The professor.
And he's on a date with one of the students yet again.
This student, who is Stratford favorite Cynthia Dale.
Really?
Who is also an Italian woman.
Oh,
her actual real name is Italian.
We got another Italian in here.
We got another Italian.
Yeah.
Cynthia Dale, who, once again, one of his students, professors are all the same.
It throws her drink at him and storms off. And so, like, he's humiliated. He tries to brush it off and everything, be confident about it. So Rose and him end up dining together. And she asks him, like, hey, like, the reason why this person ran off is far too young for him.
Exactly the same thing that her daughter said when she witnessed the exact same situation go down on the night of her engagement.
Mm-hmm. And so Rose asks Perry, why do men chase women? And she says she believes it's because they fear death. And Perry says he chases women because he likes a fresh face. He likes someone who's like, he's too old to like be exciting and new, but when you see someone young, then you hear his stories, they're into him. They think like, oh wow, this guy's something exciting to say, some interesting viewpoints in the world.
Unfortunately, these girls are hearing his stories in the context of his classroom.
Yeah,
watching him lecture.
Yeah, like they're paying to be there. Like
literally,
he tries to date young women so he can feel young and feel useful and important again. The funny thing is, no one in this movie just says like, why pursue younger women? I'm horny as fuck. Like, no one says that. Like, everyone's extremely, like, flowery about what they think about love and romance.
Yeah.
No, everyone's looking for answers to complicated questions rather than be like, yeah, I wanted to fuck her because she's hot. Like, no one's as simple as that.
Everyone's like, oh, it's because he fears death. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It seems like he loves the little death.
Yeah. So so then, like, you know, they walk home together and stuff. Grandpa notices them. It's kind of awkward. And they...
Yeah, which is hilarious because, I mean, Rose is golden in this.
Mm-hmm.
Perry, the professor, tries to seduce her, and she's not having any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, her husband, who is fucking Mona, the grandpa knows nothing about. So she's the Jezebel in his eyes. Yeah. The fact that her behavior is unreproached.
Mm-hmm. And so they end up kissing each other on the cheek and they part their own ways. And back at the opera, the performance is happening. You know, big, like, bombastic final spectacle.
It's Mimi's final number as she's literally dying of tuberculosis, serenading her lover, Roger, saying, I cannot be with you because I will give you tuberculosis and it's killing me and it would kill you too. And Cher, who's been like, you know, she's been kind of playing this role of like the heart-hearted widow. You see her shed some tears at this final serenade.
And then Nick Cage like reaches his hand over. They start touching fingers, holding hands.
She this whole time has been like, I'm just doing this for Johnny's sake. But here, she softens. Yeah. She melts.
They're both really moved by the story, by the performance. They're really moved by the performance. And so when they're leaving the opera, they're talking about the performance a little bit, how sad it is. And Cher catches Cosmo on the date with the other woman, who's not her mom. And Cosmo's like, hey, you here's someone who's not your fiance. We'll pretend we didn't see each other.
I didn't see you here. I don't know if I saw you here or what, she says back to him. But this really upsets her.
Yeah.
She thinks about it for a good chunk of the rest of the evening. Nick Cage tries to warm her up a bit more, takes her to his favorite bar for a drink, and all she can think about is that woman was not my mother. There's a great little bit, actually, where her and Mona are beside each other at the mirrors in the bathroom at the Met. And Mona is powdering her ample bosoms, and Cher is just kind of lightly touching up her makeup. Oblivious to the fact that she's beside her father's mistress.
Yeah.
The one that her mother warned her about, but she was like, no way. Didn't believe it could happen.
And so they're walking home and walking towards his apartment, and Kate says something like, I'm a wolf.
She doesn't know they're walking towards his apartment.
Yeah, they're just walking somewhere.
Oblivious to Cher.
So it's like, I'm a wolf, that don't make you a lamb. And Cage challenges Cher for rushing the relationship, even though it's like not the ideal one. She says like, oh, it's too late. Like, I've already committed to this, like, but it's the wrong one. And Cage is desperate for Cher to choose him over his brother.
He says, I'm here. She says, you're late.
Yeah. And he gives us one great little speech here, where it's like, Loretta, I love you. Not like they told you love is, and I didn't know this either, but love don't make things nice. It ruins everything. It breaks your heart. It makes things a mess. We aren't here to make things perfect. The snowflakes aren't perfect. The stars aren't perfect. Not us. Not us. We are here to ruin ourselves and to break our hearts and to love the wrong people and die. The storybooks are bullshit. And now I want you to come upstairs with me and get in my bed.
Now I want you to come upstairs and get in my bed. And then he does the sweetest thing. He reaches out to her, his wooden hand, as if it's a real part of him. Come here, he says. Come here, with his wooden hand. And despite the fact that Loretta was horrifically shocked when she's like, we're at your place, she takes his wooden hand, and she gets into his bed, as he will.
And they fuck again.
They sure do, brother, they sure do.
And then we cut to Johnny. He's coming home early from Sicily. Johnny comes from the airport right to Loretta's home. Rose lets him in. There's been a miracle. The mother's recovered. She's all good. She stood right up and began cooking for everyone in the house. And
as soon as she heard that Johnny had another woman in her life, in his life, she said, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's my little boy. And cooked a meal. She ate a meal that could choke a pig.
So Rose is still searching for answers on men in relationships. So she asks Johnny why men chase women. And Johnny has like a really profound thing where he's like, oh, it's like the Bible. It's a story in the Bible. Like Eve was created from Adam's rib. Women were created from men. So men chase women because they need the rib back. God left a hole in them and they're incomplete. And they need to just fill that spot again.
Now, this is a beautiful, intelligent, and profound thing that Johnny has just said. But it's not the thing that Rose is looking for. So she dismisses it immediately.
Because also she's wondering, why would a man need more than one woman? Because shouldn't one be enough if it's the sake of filling in a void? And then Johnny has this great line. It's like, why would a man need one woman? Johnny's like, well, maybe because he fears death.
And that, for Rose, is her eureka moment. Thank you, Johnny, she says. Thank you for answering my question.
So then we cut to Cher wandering home after Nick Cage's place. And it's daytime, no more moon in the air.
And yet the moon is still within her. She is swirling and twirling and sashaying her way in her opera dress down the sidewalks. Music from La Boheme is swelling around and behind her. This woman is fucked. In every sense of the word.
She's been poonstruck.
Nick Cage has been poonstruck.
So she's kicking cans down the street too. Looks very fantastic. She looks fantastic doing this. She's very happy looking. She gets back home to Rose. She sashays
her way into the kitchen, oblivious to everything, until Mama breaks her out of her reverie.
Yeah. Your hair is different. Everything is different. And so Rose tells her that Johnny's back. His mother's alive. It's a miracle. This is modern times. There ain't supposed to be miracles no more.
Rose notices her. You got a love bite on your neck. Your life is going down the toilet, she says to her.
So she goes to cover it up, and then
Put the makeup on that thing.
Nick Cage goes.
There's a knock at the door. They're terrified it's going to be Johnny Cammareri, but
it's Ronnie Cammareri.
It's Ronnie Cammareri.
And everyone's kind of funneling into the kitchen now.
And as they funnel in, they keep getting introduced. Who is this man sitting beside Loretta who's clearly fucking her?
Yeah.
Because they smell like each other, and she's got a huge love bite on her neck.
Yeah.
This is Ronnie Cammareri. Johnny Cammareri's brother. Yeah. They all give each other knowing looks.
It's great when, because, Loretta's trying to get him out of the house, and, Nick Cage is just, and Rose asks, hey, Ronnie, do you want some oatmeal? Yeah, Mrs. Castellari, I would love some oatmeal.
Mrs. Castellari, I would love some oatmeal.
Yeah.
He's there for it. Mm-hmm. If any girl out there has ever had a problem with trying to bring a boyfriend home and they're not into it, seeing Ronnie Cammareri stride into the house and say, yes, Mrs. Castellari, I would love to stay for breakfast and eat your food. Yeah. Let me tell you, it does a woman's heart good. It lets you know that he's the guy.
Mm-hmm. So, Cosmo comes in.
Which is really important because it's been a running theme throughout this movie that Johnny is not a favorite of Loretta's father, Cosmo Castellari. Cosmo can't see his teeth when he smiles. What's he hiding? Doesn't like him. But when he sits down at the table with Ronnie Cammareri, they give each other a firm handshake, and you kind of see in his face, he's like, all right. Okay, this guy? All right. Clearly a fan.
So, Cosmo, recognizes Nick Cage from the opera.
That's right.
So,
yes.
everyone's kind of an oh fuck moment for everyone there.
But Cosmo has respect because he's like, this is a moment of reckoning. Mm-hmm. I would never bring Mona here. No. Rightfully so.
Yeah, he doesn't shit where he eats.
No.
and so then, Grandpa tells Cosmo he got to pay for the dog's wedding.
Cosmo comes in with all the dogs, and Grandpa does not speak English. So this whole time he's been a little removed from all of the proceedings. Mm-hmm. But at this point, he decides to make his stand. He says, son, it's only right. You gotta pay for the wedding of your daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay, Pop, says Cosmo. I'll pay for it. Pretty sure there isn't going to be a wedding because here's his daughter sitting there with her lover and not her fiance.
I was also reading that with the screenplay too. There's one whole cut part where Loretta and Cosmo like volunteer like a soup kitchen or something together.
Interesting.
So there's whole one plot where actually Cosmo and Loretta had a lot more scenes together where they're interacting a lot more. So I imagine the whole paying for the wedding would probably popped up a lot more there.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I think that this movie is like under like an hour 40, so like it's a
it goes by quick.
Good lean pace. So like it's probably good they removed that plot line. It's probably unnecessary. So Rose brings up Cosmo's affair. She challenges him about it.
I want you to stop seeing her, she says. Cosmo slams his hand on the table for a long moment. And then he relents. He says, okay.
And Rose tells him to go to confession. He says he will end it, and they say they love each other in Italian.
Te amo.
Yeah.
Te amo, he says. Was I a good wife to you? She asks him. It's fucking incredible. Of course she got the Oscar for that.
Yeah. Raymond and Rita show up. We're getting every character in the movie finally showing up this one place. It's very
the whole family all together at the breakfast table eating oatmeal.
It's very Shakespearean, like a Shakespeare comedy or like a screwball comedy. Oh. Everyone coming together at the end for one final scene to kind of just like pair off in the right ways.
And the final actor, the last man, Johnny Cameron. It's Aunt Rita, who lets him into the house.
And behind the scenes, this is probably the scene that caused him the most amount of trouble. So,
pourquoi?
Norman Jewison's really in the blocking scenes extensively, so making sure all the actors are in the right place and everything, making sure like everything's planned out beforehand. So a lot of time spent over rehearsing the scene a lot because every actor's in place. So it's a lot of moving parts.
Well, they're all sitting at a breakfast table. Was it really that difficult to place them?
Apparently it was. So spent forever rehearsing, going over it. Everyone was pissed at each other at one point. Norman Jewison got them working so long and hard, they skipped their lunch break, which became a big breaking point. He got fined by a bunch of unions for making them miss a lot of breaks and stuff. There's almost like a mutiny on set.
For skipping lunch breaks? I mean, fair.
Just because the scene in general, because like I don't think people had fun making this movie overall, so people were like really pissed and stressed anyway, and get all the actors in the scene with one another. Kate said in an interview later on, he got so pissed off at one point he threw a chair at a different actor. Not sure which actor it was, but
he doesn't have a lot of scenes with other actors.
No,
so it would have had to be at that breakfast scene that he threw a chair at another actor.
Yeah. And it was the actor who played Grandpa that really calmed things down between actors. So that's kind of nice. Also apparently at one point, Danielle Yellow, who plays Johnny, clutched his balls and yelled, "You got to give it to me from here," to Nick Cage.
Nick Cage took that advice and ran with it for the rest of his fucking career. Nick Cage has been acting from his balls for like 40 years at this point. God bless him.
Yeah. So, like, this was the scene that was probably the most difficult to film. That was almost the breaking point for every actor in the movie. And I think, like, it plays out really well because it's an issue like how like a lot of screwball comedies and Shakespearean comedies in general is like how fast everything does resolve because you basically just are trying to like rush things out the door at this point. Like we don't know what to do at this point, so let's just rush everything. But I think this movie does it pretty well when it comes to how things resolve. So Johnny shows up to breakfast, and Ronnie and Johnny kind of make amends there. But then Johnny says, "Mother made a miraculous recovery and everything." Cher's like, "We need to talk privately," and Johnny's like, "No." Like,
well, yeah, because Johnny comes in being like, "Listen, first of all, the wedding is off." Cher's like, "What the fuck?" And Ronnie's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, what? This is perfect for us. Why are you questioning this? He's like, "My mother's made a full recovery."
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck does that have to do with our marriage?"
Yeah.
Ronnie's like, "Again?"
Yeah. So they set out to talk privately, and then so Cher's completely ready to confess. Johnny says he gets something to say first, and Cher's like, "I want this conversation to happen in front of absolutely everyone.
In front of my family.
In front of my family." So Johnny calls off the engagement. "If I marry you, my mother will die." He's superstitious, thinks that whatever's going between Cher and him is what's keeping the mother alive. Maybe it's just an excuse to get out of the relationship. Cage has this great line where he tells Johnny he's a mother's boy, which for
and you are a grateful son who doesn't love his mother.
Which Nick Cage, Ronnie, never talks to his mom at all.
Yeah.
And you don't really see a lot of Johnny and Nick Cage interacting until this very scene. So it says a lot about their family history that we finally get this line like, "Oh yeah, like you're a big mother's boy." Yeah. So that is like says a lot.
Johnny, when are you gonna let her stop running your life?
So Cage does the baller move and takes the opportunity and proposes right there on the spot.
And Johnny, who just got his ring back, has to once again give it to Loretta.
And it's like, Daniel Yale gives a great reaction. He's like, what? Like he's missed all this, like, all these shenanigans past like 48 hours. Like,
too busy wrapped up in his mama's kitchen.
Yeah, like
in Sicily.
Yeah, like, flying back from like Sicily, busy like watching whatever in-flight movie of 1986. Like, was he watching like Platoon on the flight or something? Like, and
he was watching whatever other movie Nick Cage was in that year.
Yeah, he's watching Valley Girl from the previous year. So
it's like Ronnie.
So Johnny lends Cage the ring. Daniel Yale has this great look in his eyes too. He's handing it off. It's almost like he's accepting defeat, but also knowing this is kind of the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's seeing how great this could be if it was the right thing for him.
Yeah, he knows he's come to terms that it's not the right thing for him, and like Loretta knows, like Cher knows, it's not the right relationship for them either. Yeah. So then Ronnie proposes to Loretta on the spot, and she says yes, she loves him, and
unfortunately,
Rose says like, "Oh, that's too bad," because Rose made the comment earlier about how like love is bad relationships, they'll hang it over you.
Makes it a lot harder.
Yeah. So they pour their sparkling wine again.
Their prosecco,
and
maybe spumante.
Whatever it is.
Spumante is like a sweet version.
Yeah. And then they drop the sugar cubes in them to break superstition. And
there's this great moment where the grandfather is crying. Pop, what's the matter? And this is his only English line in the whole movie, as far as I know. He goes, "I'm confused." Which could have been off script. Mm-hmm. Now that I know all that I know about that.
Now that he's like, he like did not know his lines or anything. Like he's wandering off. And so as like they're having all their drinks and everything, celebrating, Johnny's very sad in the corner in the kitchen there by himself there. Until he's told to join the celebration, because now with Nick Cage in the family, he's family too.
And that really lightens his heart.
Yeah.
He gets right into it.
I love Daniel Yale in this movie so much. He's incredible.
Yeah.
And everyone toasts the family.
Who isn't incredible in this movie?
It's an extremely well cast movie with a very well written script. It's great.
It's beautiful. And 2 Oscars out of this: Olympia Dukakis and Cher. And to win Best Actress for a comedy movie?
Mm-hmm.
How rare.
Yeah, so like everyone toasts the family. It's a happy ending. Everyone was happily ever after. Honestly, they should be toasting the moon. Like, that's what they should really be doing.
They should. La bella luna.
Yeah.
But they toasted what's even more important. To family.
Yeah.
A la familia.
It's nice. It's a great ending. Like, everything's resolved. Like,
they do this great thing, too, where the final shot of the movie is this random old-ass family photo of 2 fat, beautiful Italian grandpas. Like, we have no idea who these people are. It's just the idea that, like, it doesn't matter who the people are. It's a family.
They're family, and, like, they've fallen in love. They've fallen out of love, maybe, but they're still...
And that's the beautiful, a magical thing about love, is that it's the one way that you can choose your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's lovely. It's a really great ending to a really great movie.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. So, that's Moonstruck. So Moonstruck made $122 million off of a $15 million budget.
Damn, that's not bad.
So it was a hit. Really big hit. Like, it was very successful.
My parents talk about remembering seeing it in the movie and leaving the theater and going, damn, I wish I was Italian.
I asked my mom if she saw it. She had never seen it. And, like, that was when...
She's never seen it?
Yeah.
All right, well, we gotta have a watch party with your mom?
Yeah. So, like, clearly her and my dad didn't see it because they were married at the time. And,
they were busy.
Might cut that out of the episode. I think they'll be listening. So, Moonstruck goes on to be nominated for 6 Oscars that year.
6 Oscars?
Mm-hmm. So, won 3. Cher for lead actress. So, I watched the Cher's acceptance speech of the Oscars there.
Was that the year she won the big sparkly?
It's like a sparkly kind of... It's like a black dress. It's kind of like a bit see-through at points.
That might be the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
And, like, she trips on the stairs a little bit going up for her award, which is kind of always fun. Also, during a speech there, she thanks, like, a lot of people led up to the point in time. Thanks for, like, her hairdresser and stuff, but does not thank Norman Jewison. Olympia Dukakis wins Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars. And John Patrick Shanley wins Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars. Moonstruck was also up for Best Director. Norman Jewison, he lost that. It was also for Best Supporting Actor for Vincent Gardenia, who plays Cosmo.
Cool.
And Moonstruck lost Best Picture to The Last Emperor.
The Last Emperor.
That's the big epic movie with the last emperor of China, where it focuses on like a Puyi as he's like a little kid, like raised in the Forbidden City by himself, and basically like he's told he's gonna be a completely great person growing up, and then so like as he's growing up, he's like his development's pretty stunted. He's not like a very like intellectual person. He's like, but he's so entitled for it because he's a little kid being told like you're the emperor of China. You mean big things are gonna happen to you, but. And then the Communist Revolution happens, so he gets kind of ousted there, but kept alive. And then Japan, with the invasion of Manchuria, he gets treated as the puppet emperor. And big epic movie, and it ends with him basically just being like a peasant, just working a field after his re-education. It's a big sweeping movie, 2.5 hours long. The score is Ryuichi Sakamoto, the Japanese composer, as well as David Byrne.
Oh shit! That's cool.
So David Byrne won an Oscar for composing Last Emperor. It's a great movie. I love the movie. I think that
I was like a fair loss.
Yeah, so the movies that were up for Best Picture that year, The Last Emperor, Broadcast News, Fatal Attraction, Hope and Glory, which I've not seen, and Moonstruck. I think Broadcast News is probably my favorite of the lot there. The Last Emperor is really damn good too.
You don't know Hope and Glory.
Yeah, John Boorman, I kind of like his. He did Deliverance and Zardoz.
What is Zardoz?
You ever seen Zardoz?
No.
You ever see that one photo of Sean Connery wearing like having a gun, completely shirtless and having a red unitard on kind of thing?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna show you the photo of it right now. This one here? Yeah. Yeah. That's that. It's like a futuristic sci-fi thing where he plays like a very primitive person and like
except for his fashion choices.
And there's like a giant head that flows around, like, promotes violence and tells
so
people.
This is the same guy that did Hope and Glory?
Yep, Hope and Glory. He also did Deliverance, which is a fantastic movie. I have a DVD kicking around over there. Yeah. Oh, so good. It was one of the first things I learned on guitar.
Amazing.
And yeah, so the Oscars that year, it's actually a pretty good slate of movies, I would say.
Yeah,
pretty good. And Moonstruck did pretty well for itself.
Yeah.
And, Cher's only Oscar win to this day. I think it's Libby Dukakis' only Oscar win. John Patrick Shanley, I think he was probably nominated for Doubt for the screenplay for that movie.
Right.
Definitely not nominated for Wild Mountain Time because no one saw that movie, except for me.
And soon to be me.
Soon to be you. Yeah, so Moonstruck got really great reviews. Critics really like the humor of Moonstruck as well as Cher's performance. And a lot of lists list Cher's acting work as one of the best acting performances by a musician.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. We get a bad rap as actors.
Yeah.
In my case, rightfully so.
Yeah. So, yeah, between Moonstruck and Raising Arizona, they came out the same year, so that really helped boost Nick Cage's profile as a versatile actor.
Oh my god, it would.
And it led to an incredibly strange and prolific career. Like, no one's had a career like Nicolas Cage when it comes to being, like, critically acclaimed, making some real duds, taking some real chances, but, like, really being a consistently interesting actor.
And also, like, doing some really strange things incredibly well.
Yeah.
H.I. McDonough and Ronnie Camilleri are almost two sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
They're strange in opposite ways. They're funny in opposite ways. Mm-hmm. They're dramatic in opposite ways. They're earnest in opposite ways. And they're both incredible roles.
Well, here in Movie Pod Studios, you can see that I have a Face-Off poster over there.
I do see you a Face-Off poster there.
I have a Nick Cage poster there. I also have a Wild at Heart poster over there.
I did see the Wild at Heart. I was going to mention it. I saw Nick Cage immortalized twice on these walls.
Yeah, so I really like Nick Cage a lot. He's a good actor.
He's a legend.
Really interesting choices.
Yeah, and you're right. These were two. What a great year for Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Norman Jewison would say that this is the best movie he's ever directed.
He said that about this movie.
Yeah, so he thinks it's his favorite movies he's directed. So
amazing.
So around 2020, 2021, Moonstruck got a lot of attention from younger generations during early COVID. A lot of Twitter threads popped up about this movie. A lot of young people watching it. But it just popped up on Netflix around the time. Both New York Times and the whole article pointing out its popularity, and Vulture did an article as well. Vulture referred to Moonstruck as the morbid spaghetti rom-com we all need right now. So
factually correct.
Yeah, like
now being always.
And like every time I see Moonstruck pop up on social media, it's always people completely praising it, and it's not people like mocking Cage's performance being over the top. It's people thinking this is like a really profound movie that really hit them emotionally when it comes to this romance and how funny it is.
Yeah. It's a really down to earth movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it deals with life, love, and death,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, pretty much universal.
That's everything in life.
Yeah.
That's literally all there is.
Wine, spaghetti.
Mhm.
That is a great little thing we didn't talk about. How when Cher makes Nick Cage that big ass steak, she just makes herself a little bowl of pasta.
Oh, I missed that.
So it's literally a spaghetti rom-com. There was spaghetti in there.
I thought they were just being racist.
Food is an important part of this movie as well. There's a great scene when the family's all having dinner without Loretta. She's too busy getting her brains fucked out by the wolf. Where Grandpa keeps sliding plates of his food under the table to give to the dogs.
Oh, yeah. And then he goes back to the table, like,
old man, you give those dogs another plate of my food, I'm gonna kick you till you're dead. He turns around with the full plate of food and sits back down. Even he is not immune to the whims.
There's also, like, the scene the first morning in that movie where Rose is making, like, eggs in a basket.
With fried peppers?
It looks
oh my god,
so
that looks so good. I want,
Yeah, it made me want, I think tomorrow I might try to make some of that up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, that's Moonstruck. Great movie.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars in Letterboxd. I don't know. I just, maybe a few more viewings will bump up to a 5, but for now.
You didn't shed enough tears when you were watching it.
Yeah, I think it's really a profound, interesting movie, but also it didn't really hit me to the spiritual core.
Yeah.
Like I think it could have.
Well, I mean, I understand you being a straight man. You're not going to be turned on by feral Nick Cage. So,
yeah, no.
enough.
And like, that
maybe
could be.
Cher isn't your type, you know?
I don't think Cher is really my type. And she is striking in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible.
So do you have any final thoughts about Moonstruck?
I think I just have to say that if everything that we have said in this podcast has not yet convinced you to do so, I would really encourage any listeners to go and give it a watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. Yeah. It's so funny. It really is like a bowl of spaghetti and meatballs that you crave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it fills a little hole inside of you. It's a very nourishing movie.
Mm-hmm. Like, I watched it on Crave, so any Canadians out there who have that can watch it on that service there. Not sure what Americans can watch it on, but
apparently it's very easy to find a $2 copy at your local thrift shop.
Exactly.
Just do a little dig and see what you get.
Yeah. There is an audio commentary in that with Cher, John Patrick Shanley, and Norman Jewison.
Oh shit,
but
that would be great.
I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet.
Oh, okay.
But
all right, a future viewings will reveal even more.
Yeah. So thanks again for joining me, Alex. Do you have anything you want to plug?
My pleasure. Well, you may know me as Alex Berdey. Brian, my old roommate, definitely does. But I am also known as Laika Berdey, and you can follow me everywhere online at Laika Berdey. Mm-hmm. It's spelled a little weird. It's LAIKABERDEY. And I'll hopefully have some music out for you soon on there.
Nice.
It's cooking up.
Yeah. I'll get the social media details and post them in the episode notes and description.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so next week on Movie Pod, I'm going to be joined by Caleb, aka Bird Respecter. He's the former co-host of Western Kabuki and the current host of Kill the Computer in a 60-Minute Drill. And we will be discussing the 2008 Coen Brothers film, Burn After Reading.
Let's go. Burn After Reading's a banger.
Isn't it so
And
good?
as a bird, I can definitely respect any bird respecter.
Yeah, he's a really funny social media follow on Twitter and Blue Sky. He's
amazing.
A really fun guy. We do fantasy football together. So
nice.
Yeah.
Listeners, look forward to your next episode. It'll be a banger.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for that. He's a really funny guy, and Burn After Reading is a really damn
so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Frances McDormand at her fucking best.
It is like one of the better Coen comedies, I think.
Oh, totally. Brad Pitt's incredible as total himbo.
Mm-hmm.
The beefcake energy is off the charts. Yeah. Exquisite.
Yeah. So yeah, please, like, if you thought like Moonstruck was kind of like, oh yeah, I don't want to watch that because watch Moonstruck. Go ahead and watch Moonstruck because it's a great movie.
Trust me.
But Burn After Reading is a very easy watch to do.
Yeah.
It's like, Moonstruck's an easy watch too, but I feel like Burn After Reading, like, you've heard the Coen Brothers, watch Burn After Reading.
Yeah. It'll satisfy.
Until next week, you can follow me on social media at bwishart. Also give MoviePod a follow on Twitter and Blue Sky. Also, please send some more emails to my mailbag at moviepodmailbag@gmail.com. Once that mailbag fills in a little bit more, I'm going to do an episode where I read more letters on the air. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Until next week, take care.